Hey everyone, in Easy Peasy course we'll make fantasy creatures, and this time we will make more as human, like elf or something like this. So let's start. As usual, I like to start with grabbing this point, make this center like this in. Maybe I will make this more white. Now we can grab this outside, the mouse and the nose. I showed in my previous course the way to do noses, but I like you'll see this type of noses. We can start this time with this type, a big circle, two small circles. After that I'll make it bigger, cause trying to make these creatures in the Lord of the Rings, they may be like 70% human features, details, but after that I will give them some maybe horns or something to make them have more fantasy, big nose, something like this. They are look like more masculine look, and cause maybe he is a short one, he will have more fat in his face. He is a warrior, he will have more like lines here. He is more like human, so we will make like the normal as much as we can, whole of the eyes as a human skeleton. After that we can bring some muscles here, especially the muscle here you recognize it's more like a triangle, so you have to recognize this point. And of course I made this in my course about the details of the eyes and other details like nose and mouth. You can watch it. For now I will start with these details. I'm sure you can do everything easy and fast once you see the course, cause it will be easy for you to recognize what I'm doing, why I'm doing it here, things like that. Into his eyes, something like this. Maybe I will add more dynamic, something like this maybe. We have here bone. Some males it's clear, some others it's not that clear, but we have here more some bone and some wrinkles here, because like I said he is more like angry even if he's not, because he is a warrior. So we did the big nose, the eyes and some other muscles here. Maybe I make it a little bit, not that much, maybe something like this. Now with the mouse, of course the mouse is out of the skull. Maybe I'll give this more like something like this. Maybe I'll get it out more like here. But of course you have to recognize this fantasy creatures, even if it's like a human, it doesn't have 100% a human autonomy or skeleton. We have of course our mouth, especially our mouth, like this part in our mouth is out of the skull more than the other part. So you will see a big gap here, because we don't have any muscles here. I don't know if I will continue to add the hair like this, or I will make it with modifier with fiber mesh. But let's continue as clay, and we'll see in the future if we want to continue with this. Of course you'll see here something like this, have a triangle, and it will connect this part with this part. As you can see, his features started to pop up. You started to see what is happening there. So until now we didn't give him some fantasy details. If you saw my previous video about fantasy creatures, you will see we are merging between something from the nature, like a bird, like a fish, like an animal, So we just make some exaggeration for the human details. We didn't give him like a horn or a wings or anything like that. So until now he just like a human. From here we can start to give him more fantasy details. Now I can start to give him beard or something like this. So we can start from here. I can start to give him before it the ears. It will be after the jaw. I said it in my previous videos in the course. It will be here in the end of the jaw, and the beginning you will see something like this between the head and this part. We will have the ears here. I think I will give him not a normal ears. I'll give him like more elf ear, something like this. And from here I'll duplicate him because I don't know how the beard will be, so I will duplicate this. Of course there is a connection between the head and the beard. I can start to bring this, something like this. I think from here I can maybe transform him more into a goat. And of course, if you know, the more masculine the human, maybe he will have bigger nose, and especially this bone will be bigger. So yeah, I can actually transform, but I like to merge between the short creature in the Lord of Rings and the horn, maybe something new. I can transform him into other animal or other creature, but I'm just showing you maybe it's a bait or a pig. But I just like to show you fantasy creature doesn't mean it need to be 100% not human. You can make him 80% human and more into other creatures. Maybe I can make the horns like this, or maybe I can make a horns like this. I'll see if I'll give him maybe some more hair here. And a lot of time even you'll see in dwarves, especially the warriors, you'll see them make like hair in this style. And even sometimes, cause they have maybe a bigger beard, they will make it with this style. Some of them have like a big beard, literally it's really tall, and they even will have some accessories here. And I'll give him some accessories here, but not now. But I'm not making him like a warrior, I'm more like old warrior. He's now a farmer maybe. Just some of the traps here, some the beginning of the arms. So now this creature isn't a human and is not animal, it's maybe 80% a human. He still have the gene of elf or animals or whatever, but I made this especially cause a lot of time you don't have to make 100% animal without any features of human. You can do something like this and he's still a fantasy creature. It's not a normal someone you will see in the street. I will start to color him. I can give him a strange color, not a normal color, but I like with this one to give him, maybe I'll give him some texture before that. just a little bit textures to bring him to life, because now he's so soft like a clay, it's not a skin. So I will try this. So yeah, something like this, some texture of this here, this corners, and of course here. And I like to use the same texture here with this in the mouse. So now we can start with colors. Of course the horns will be something like this color, and of course we need some textures here to separate between this merging, but for now we'll maybe I will make like this color. Of course we need to give him more levels of colors, because we're not having the same level of color in all of our face. We have some hot parts and cold parts. You can watch it in the videos. Now I can insert the eyes. I can mirror this by going to the plugin, sub tool master, and mirror. Okay, now I can color fill project and I can give him the color. Now I can give him more little details like textures, maybe something like this. So yeah, it's really simple to just remember this really simple things like merging between animals and birds or human. The exaggeration, maybe he's 90% a human, 10% other creature. You have to recognize which creature, so you will have some exaggeration like nose, ears, have some like horns or something like this. But yeah, it's just like this. I will continue to make fantasy creatures to make as much as you can and get more preference to create more fantasy creatures in this course with a lot of good information, so you can make your own fantasy creatures. If you watch me until this point, thank you and see you in another video.